on credit cards on the points.
Hey everybody. Hey Amanda.
Hello.
We can have one for your team.
Hey, you know it. Listen, so right before you got on, I started screaming. So if you see me mute and go crazy, you know why.
All right.
I had to put my computer where I could see it tonight.
All right.
Is
Hey,
Jeff
Amanda.
watching it? Hey, Amanda. Hey, Amy. Hey, everybody.
Woo!
Hey, Tanja.
How are y'all?
Did you hear that, Tanja?
What?
I said, woo, look at that new advanced director coming in here.
Yeah. I've got 15 bookings for October.
Girlfriend, you're amazing.
And 9 for November.
So, Tanja signed up in February.
Mm-hmm. Middle of February.
Signed up in February, and her team this past month did over $17,000.
We did.
That's crazy. Look at everybody coming in. Hey guys.
Hey. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, girl.
I got to mute because I'm in deep thought here.
Oh. Well, we just got done whipping up a pound cake at my house. So
I'll run right over when we get off, Jennifer. Thanks.
Okay, cool beans.
Me and Jennifer live close to each other.
Yes,
Well,
we
Jennifer
do.
Love knows why I'm muted, so it's on a commercial, so I'm good right now. It's a major game at my house.
Oh, Lord.
You can't see? I'm all up in it
I
tonight.
see your hat and everything.
Yeah, it's the first game of the playoff.
Hey, Pate. Hey, Miranda.
Hey.
Hey, Teresa. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Becky.
Hey.
And Amy and Kelsey and Shannon either blacked out or on the phone. I think they're blacked out. Hey, Shannon.
Hi.
Hey!
We like to see
Jessica.
everybody's smiling face.
I know.
I
And
recruited
tell
this
everybody-
school.
So let me tell y'all can get all dressed up and come to these Zoom calls, but on Zoom you look the same whether you dressed up or not, so don't worry about it. And tell everybody, you can come to these calls in your pajamas as long as it's not lingerie. Okay? So you don't have to be dressed up. All right.
I had a girl that I recruited this week
Yes,
at the end of September. She's already going live in her party.
Are she going to teach you how, Tanja?
Yeah, no, not.
Tanja's already had her debut of going live, and she says she is not doing it again.
That's not for her.
That was so funny.
It was the funniest thing ever. I watched it. It was
My husband asked
great.
me if I was drinking.
Time
And
to tell
that's-
him anybody can do this.
That's what he did. I didn't know I was doing it.
I don't think so.
He asked me, he called me, he says, "Are you drinking?" I said, "No." I said, "Why do you say that?" And I was hoping he didn't see that, but he did.
He, oh,
Hey,
it was hilarious.
hey, Leanne. No, Lene. Hey, Lene. I'm going to get it. And I see Crystal on here and Tamara. Right. Hey, Wendy. Wendy, you're not late. Let me see. She's going to be late. Hey, Amy. I think I'm getting everybody. And there she is. Here comes Beth.
Woo!
Woo! There's Beth.
Yay!
All
The
right.
new director.
Y'all excited to get started tonight because we got a lot in store for y'all. We cheering for you, Beth. Woo! So, Tanja, where'd Tanja go? Oh, Tanja, you want to make the big announcement? What happened on your team this month? Tell everybody.
I got a director.
Yeah.
Beth.
Beth, wave so everybody can see you. Beth,
I'm in my car on my way home, so I'm in the dark.
congratulations, Beth. Woo! So Beth is a brand new fast track director. So Beth, in less than 90 days, promoted to director. She and her team did an amazing job this month. So we had 4 promotions on our team this month. Beth was a fast track director promotion. We had Noelle Dennis, who promoted to director. We had Reagan Sokolowski, who is a past director that came back and promoted to director. And we have Tanja, who is now a brand new advanced director. So everybody give them a big round of applause. Woo!
Tanja.
So we had 4 promotions this past month. All right, everybody's got all this momentum from this $29 kit. And all of you that are smiling there know y'all added some new team members and you're ready to hit the ground running for October. So I know we can have more than 4 promotions for October. So first of all, I want to ask you guys, how many of you really believe that you could promote to director in October or November? Who sincerely believes that they could promote to it to director in October or November? Okay, how many of you are Fibbit? Okay, all right. So we're going to talk a little bit about belief tonight because this is really powerful. So I'm going to show you something called the belief triangle. And I know we had some, hey, Lori, I see Lori in here and Tina's in here and Adriana's in here. And I know we've got some new team members. So I'm Love Carpenter. I'm your executive director. And we have Tanja on here, who is advanced director. We have Jennifer Henderson on here, who is an advanced director. We have Amanda Henderson on here, who is an advanced director. And am I missing any? And we have Beth, who is a brand new fast track director. And there's so many people on my screen now. Am I missing anybody that I didn't call out that's a director? Okay, I just want to make sure I got everybody. Okay. So you're going to hear from myself and Amanda tonight, and next week you are going to hear from Jennifer Henderson because Amanda and I are going to be out of town. So we're kind of got a little break tonight, but she's still with us tonight. That she's going to take over and run our call next week. So we started out this program with talking about how we were going to be teaching you guys some life skills and how important some of that plays into you building yourself and your team in this company. And a lot of it has to do with building your confidence level, and the skills that we're going to be teaching in this course are designed to help you get better at what you're doing and get you the results you want with your business. And in turn will build your confidence level, which will build your confidence level to be a leader in this company. Because I know when you guys signed up for this, how many of you had total confidence that you could be a director and you knew what you needed to know to lead a team? I'm guessing nobody. I certainly didn't. I know Amanda didn't, and I know Beth didn't. So I'm guessing nobody. But all these skills can be learned. It doesn't take any special talent to do this other than the willingness to work and work hard. So that's what this class is all about, is teaching you the skills it takes, but also equipping you with some good life skills that will not only serve you in your business, but will also serve you in your personal life. And so we want to start out talking about the belief triangle. And so I ask you, how many of you truly believe that you can promote to director in October and November? And all of you could promote to director this month in October if you're willing to put the work in and make the contacts to book enough parties. And what is enough? Well, it's enough until you get it. You know, it's enough contacts to get enough bookings to be in front of enough people to share the business. If you're willing to put the time in to do that, every single one of you on this call could promote this month if you want to. So the first step in order to succeed, though, is really to believe that you can do this, and to believe that you can be, do, and have anything that you want in your business, as long as you are willing to work hard enough to achieve it. And that's what a lot of this personal growth is about, because a lot of us don't have a real good solid belief in ourselves sometimes, or anytime you start something, even if you do have a lot of belief in yourself, a lot of women don't, a lot of us don't, but anytime you start something new, there's always that uncertainty and that doubt, and you're not sure if you can do this. And so we want to equip you so you know you can do this. Belief is such a powerful concept. When you truly understand how powerful it is, it can absolutely change your life. Here's something you should all write down, and it's something very special I want to share with you. So make sure you got a pen. You should write this down. My brain is not as smart as I think it is. Y'all got that? My brain is not as smart as I think it is. That's right. Your brain is not as smart as you think it is. Why? Because it's a proven fact. Here's another wonderful thing about belief, that you get to be in control of your own belief, and you get to decide what you tell yourself every single day. So your brain will believe anything you tell it if you tell it often enough. And a perfect example of this is how many people are habitually late in their life. Well, they tell themselves they're late. They're always late. So guess what? They're always late. Well, you have the power to change any kind of cycle like that by telling yourself something else. We all have so many negative thoughts that we think every single day. We want to help you train your brain to think positive thoughts to produce a positive outcome. And to show you how powerful that positive affirmation is, I think a lot of you guys have probably heard this story before. What's the guy's name? Oh, I'm going to show my age here. What's the guy's name that played in Dumber and Dumber? Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Okay, so do y'all remember that story about how he wrote himself a check in 1985 for $10 million, and he put on the memo line for acting services rendered? And he carried that around in his wallet, and he told himself over and over that he was worth being paid this much for his acting services. And he focused on that, he looked at that, he told himself that, all positive thinking and positive affirmations. And he had made the check out to himself for Thanksgiving of 1995. And for that date in 1995. And in 1994, he landed the part in Dumber and Dumber, whatever the name of it was, for $10 million for playing in that role. And I mean, how powerful is that? And there's lots of stories that we've heard before that go along with something like that. You know, that positive affirmation and that positive thinking and telling yourself over and over. And it's not that he wrote this check and then it just happened and it was some voodoo kind of stuff. It's not that. It's that he believed in himself enough, and that belief carried him to do the things he needed to do. It's not like he just sat around with this little check and then poof, one day it was there. But he built that belief in himself so strong that he was able to do the things he needed to do and move in that career path to put himself in line to be able to make that happen. Does that make sense? So we're not talking about some crazy stuff, but we're talking about building your belief in yourself to make it that powerful. So I want to show you guys a picture. I'm going to screen share here. Get the picture up. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of a belief triangle. And I'll post this in the page afterwards. But what's so powerful about this belief triangle is that it's really revealing in the way we look at the power of belief and what we tell ourselves. So simply stated, looking at this triangle, your beliefs determine your actions determine your results, and your results reinforce your belief. So if, for example, if you believe, people are really busy, and that's why no one wants to book parties. And when I call, I'm just bothering them. And if they really wanted to do a party, they call me. Okay, so let's just say that's a belief you have. People are too busy. I don't want to bother them. If they really wanted to do a party, they'd call me. So if that's the belief you have, what might be your actions? Well, your actions are you don't pick up the phone. You don't ask everyone to host a party because you believe you're bothering them and they're too busy. So therefore, what is your result? Voila, you get no bookings, right? So then you say, see, I told you no one wants to book a party. I have no parties. So do you see how powerful that is and how detrimental that can be if you have that negative thinking going on? So let's think about how the positive belief can be changed. So if you think to yourself, well, people want to have parties. I have an incredible product to share, great recipe, money-saving tips. I can help bring families around the table. We have so much to offer. How might your actions be different? Well, that would enable you to be more powerful in your actions and taking action to reach out and make the contacts to get the bookings. Well, then when you're reaching out and making the contacts, then you're getting the bookings, and that instills your belief all over again. So do you see how powerful this cycle can be? But what's so exciting about this cycle is that you can start anywhere, okay? So let's just say today you don't have the belief that you can get bookings, or you don't have the belief that you can recruit, or you don't have the belief that you can promote to director. Start with the actions that we're giving you in this course because we know they're proven and we know they work. So do these actions. You will then get the results, which is then going to instill your belief. Everybody follow me there?
Yes.
Okay, so building on that, I asked how many people truly believed that they could promote to director in October. Well, today is October the 4th. We have an entire month of one of the best selling months of the entire year in Pampered Chef before you. You can make this month look like anything you want it to look like. So I want to share with you a story today of someone who purchased their kit and in 23 days later promoted to director. All of you guys have been in a little bit longer than that. So you are way more equipped to do this. But I think that the belief wasn't even there that she couldn't do it. She just did all the activity. Remember, the belief triangle can start anywhere. So I don't know that there was any belief at all. She was just doing the action, just doing the actions that her director taught her to do, which gave her the results, which then started to affirm her belief. So you see how you can start in that anywhere. So I want Advanced Director Amanda Henderson to share with you guys her story. And Amanda signed up. She wasn't even on our team at the beginning of 2018. And what Amanda has gone on to do and the number of people she has shared the business with, brought into her team, and what this organization has done is just absolutely amazing. So I wanted Amanda to share her 23-day story with you because y'all have more than 23 days to make this happen this month. Amanda, you got to pull yourself away from the game, girl.
Hey, guys.
Can y'all hear her?
I pulled away. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
So I want to tell y'all can do anything. It all started from me going to a party that Jennifer Henderson was hosting, and I said I'd book a party. So I booked a party off of her, and we held my party the end of January, and now my internet's going to be crazy. But so I held my party end of January, and she asked me to join, and I kept telling her no. I told her no 4 times, and then finally joined. Okay. So when I finally joined, she sent me a message, and she was like, hey, I want you to send this to 25 people. Okay. And I was like, okay. She didn't tell me who to send it to. She didn't tell me what, she just sent me the verbiage. So I was like, I got to do this because I don't want people to look at me and say, oh my gosh, here comes that Pamper Chef lady. Let me run away from her. I don't want to talk to her. So I started going through my friends list on Facebook, my emails, my Christmas card list, everything, and started strategically deciding who I was going to send the guinea pig post to. So I automatically sent one to my mom. I booked my mom and my mother-in-law because those are like your first resort, because your family's always going to be the first one to help you out no matter what. But I'm going to tell you, those are not your main people that you want to stick with, because they're only doing it because you're family, okay? So then I was like, let me get a few people from church. So I got a few people from church, and then I was like, I can do some of my friends from high school, because I don't see my friends from high school. I live 45 minutes away, an hour away from them, and we're in different social groups. So I sent them the message, okay? Then I started looking at who lives in different states, and I started sending them the message. So I sent my first 25, and out of the first 25, I think I got like 8 bookings from those 25. I said, you know what? I'm going to keep going. So I sent it again. I even text some of my friends, because some of my friends are not on Facebook, and we communicate through text messages. So I sent them a guinea pig post. So before I knew it, within about a 3-day period, I had all of February. I had all of February full and all of March full. Okay, that was important, because to me, that's how I did it. I was able to get out in front of people, because holding only 3 or 4 shows, you're not getting yourself out in front of people to offer the business to, okay? So then I was around. I was going around. I met Tanja from a party in Texas. That's how I met Tanja. Tanja and I had never even met before until a party, okay? So I started doing that, and I'll never forget, I was on a director bound call. Like, I think I was in the business maybe a week, and I was just like, hey, Jennifer, I got this amount of party. Hey, Jennifer, I've got this going on. Hey, Jennifer. And then so she was like, hey, you want to try the fast track? I was like, well, I guess. I guess, because I only joined Pamper Chef to have extra money for about $500 to go on trips, okay? So I was like, well, why not? I mean, I can try it. It ain't going to hurt me. So she started sending me a message on what to tell these people in parties. And I was sending friend requests to people, telling them how much of a rock star they were, and they were awesome. And Tanja, I'm fixing to tell on you. So I sent Tanja one, because she is killing this party I'm going to. And I was like, hey, Tanja, you'd be great at this. And she sent me a message back. She's like, what's a virtual consultant? I was like, oh, you just party online. It's super easy. And she's like, I don't know. I don't know nothing about no computers. I was like, oh, girl, you can do it. Just sign up. We got you. We got you taken care of. Well, look, she signed up in the middle of February, and look where she's at now. And it's all because she's doing what Jennifer told me that I've told her. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. And it's because I first off started my parties not in my local hometown. And I'm going to tell you that. You got to get away from your hometown, because you're going to lose all avenues. You don't want to stay in that inner circle. So I'll never forget, like, I started recruiting. I started doing that, and I was signing people up. And 23 days into me signing up, Love and Jennifer was like, hey, Amanda, you only need one more person and like $200 to promote to director. I was like, yeah, I'll do it next month. And they're like, no, seriously, you can do it right now. And I was like, okay. And this is really my belief. I was like, okay. So then I started working it again, and I get my next recruit. Like, I think the next day, I want to say, I called them and I was like, hey, I got my next recruit. So I was able to go ahead and get them all done. But I'll tell y'all guys, I didn't know what I was doing. And I honestly did not believe in myself that I could even do it, because I was only joining the business for trips. And before I knew it, my first 23 days, my first 30 days, I had my first check from Pamper Chef was over $1,400. That's what I'm saying. If you will do what we tell you to do in this program, you can do it. And you can do it this month. We're in October 4th. You have to the 31st to promote, okay? do what we tell you to because it can do it. Believe in us. Because that belief system, like Jennifer and Love seen it in me, I didn't see it in myself. I will tell you, I was just doing it. I was just doing what they were telling me to do. I was like, okay, I'll tell them that, whatever. But then when I started seeing the reactions and seeing how I could, and I now believe, I just told Love today, by November, the last day of November, I will promote again to senior director. And I believe I'll do it. And Love and Jennifer will tell you, if I start saying I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Because and it's all because they believed in me and they helped my belief system and everything I can do. So do it. Believe in yourself. Start somewhere, even if it's a small little thing. Do it. And Love's going to hit on this in a minute a lot more. But write your belief down. Don't say, oh, I can do this. You're going to say, oh, I am doing this. Or I am, on this such and such day, I am promoting. And when you start telling yourself that, you're going to do it. Because that's what pretty much happened. They started telling me I could promote. And then I started believing I could promote. And I promoted in 23 days. And my smallest paycheck has been $1,400 since I've been with Pampered Chef. So you can do it.
Her smallest paycheck has been $1,400. Who can get excited about that? So, Amanda, will you tell them what one of your bigger paychecks was for the month?
My bigger paycheck was a couple of months, it might have been even this coming up month because it's rocking up there. It's like 22 or 23.
$22 or $300 for her part-time gig.
Yeah, because I'm a full-time nurse.
So you guys can do this. So if Amanda can come in, and Amanda's pretty special, but if Amanda can come in 23 days and not have any idea what she's doing, and she just went and did the things that we told her to do, then any of you guys can do this. So after this call tonight, if you want October to be your month, and if you don't have a full show calendar yet, it's not too late to get one. I mean, remember, from the time Amanda started, ordered her kit till the time she promoted. It's not like she had 30 days to plan all this and set all her parties up and then decided, okay, let's go. Here's 23 days, let's go. From the time she ordered her kit and started working on getting bookings, it happened in less than a month. So any of you guys can do this. So this program is going to take us through until November, and we're going to continue to work with you. But if you want this to be your month, we need to know. Because as Beth can tell you, and Tanja can tell you, and Amanda can tell you, some special things happen in that month that you're working, and we really work with you to help make things happen and really get you there. So you've got to have the show schedule to be in front of people, but you've got this week to turn that around if you don't have the show schedule. We're going to give you some tools tonight that are going to help you do just that. So I want to share a little bit with you about affirmation. So we started with the belief and the belief triangle. But I want to share with you another best practice that all successful entrepreneurs do on a very daily basis. And this best practice is developing and reading positive affirmations. As I mentioned before, we all have thousands and thousands of thoughts that go through our mind each day, and many of these thoughts are negative ones. One of the ways to battle those negative thoughts that tend to hold people back from achieving their goals is to write and read positive affirmations. A positive affirmation is a positive statement, worded as if you are already doing what you want to achieve. Many consultants make the mistake of wording it as, I will be a director. I will have 8 parties on my calendar. I will recruit 2 people every month. And you want to word it as an I am statement rather than an I will statement. I am a director. I am a successful consultant holding 8 or more parties every month. I am a successful recruiter. When you do this, you are training your brain to hear that you are already accomplishing what you want to accomplish. You want to read these affirmations that you write down out loud twice a day. First in the morning to help you focus for the day and remind you of what you want to achieve. And then lastly, before bed. Reading them before bed helps your mind think about them while you're sleeping. It's also important that you read them out loud at least once, not just silently in your head. There is so much power in hearing your own voice say that you are doing something that you want to do. So your assignment is going to be to develop 3 to 5 positive affirmations. And the reason we say 3 to 5, maybe you have something you're working on in your life that isn't business related, but you want to do a positive affirmation for it. Maybe you're working on eating healthy, or me, I'm trying to get back to a walking 10,000 steps every day like I used to. So, maybe it's something like that in your personal life that you're wanting to work on that is just as important to you. And so that is a good thing to create an affirmation around. You can create affirmations around all types of areas, around business, financial, personal growth, relationships, work, spiritual, health and fitness. Any of those things to help yourself with what you're trying to accomplish. And these things will grow over time and change as, your goals in life and things are changing. But this is so powerful. And I got to tell you this really great story about one of our directors on our team. When she was in Director Bound, she wrote on her bathroom mirror, "I am a director," and I don't know if it said with Pampered Chef or whatever, but she had her positive affirmation written on her bathroom mirror. Well, then during this process, they had their house up for sale. So she had to take it off her, well, she had already promoted by then, so she had to take it off her mirror. And she said she was in there scrubbing that thing and trying to get it off. And she said it wouldn't come off. And she's like, "I know I wrote this with an Expo marker and not a Sharpie or something." She said, "I know I wrote it with an Expo marker, a dry erase marker, but it wouldn't come off." So finally they ended up, I don't know if they got alcohol or what they did, but they finally got it off. But then every time she would get a shower and step out of the shower and the mirror was all fogged up, she could see, "I am a successful director." And so we were kidding her and telling her, "Well, you need to sell your house to somebody on your team. So every morning when they get out of the shower, they'll see, I am a successful director." So, and she promoted to director. So that's how powerful these positive affirmations could be. So remember, we want you to write them with an "I am" statement. But I could tell you lots more about positive affirmations. But I have a friend of mine, Stacy Turner, in Pampered Chef, who did an amazing training that I got the privilege, she shared it with me and I had the privilege of hearing. And she did the most awesome job of talking about positive affirmations, way better than any training I could do. So part of your homework assignment this week is going to be to listen to Stacy Turner's video. It'll be posted in the page tonight. Listen to her video and you'll hear how she's sitting by her Christmas tree at the end of the year with her wine glass in hand. And it's a really great story. It's a really powerful story. So listen to that before you write your affirmations. And then you want to write 3 to 5 positive affirmations. Some of them do need to be about business. 3 to 5 positive affirmations this week. We want you to share those affirmations with your director before you post them on the wall so that we can help you with the wording. Because the first time you do this, you'll probably get tripped up a little bit. I know I struggled with it, but when I heard Stacy explain it, it was so much easier. But it's not "I will be a director." It's "I am a successful director with Pampered Chef," or "I am, just everything needs to be as if it's already happened. And sometimes when you're writing them, you get a little tripped up with that. So send them to your director first so we can just help make sure it's written in that positive format, because sometimes you think it is, but then when you really look at it, then we want you to share some of your affirmations on the page, whatever you're comfortable with sharing. So now we're going to talk about contacts. So everybody did such a great job getting your 2 notebooks. Some of you guys were at the Judy Joel training, so you already know what's coming with these notebooks. But we want to talk about contacts. So here's the deal, guys. The most important thing you can be doing right now is making contacts to book parties. We are going to deliver some incredible training to you during this course. But if you do not have bookings on your calendar to go practice the things that you're learning, you're never going to be able to get good at it, okay? And you've got to have bookings to be able to promote to director. We can help you with recruiting skills and how to learn how to recruit and how to effectively recruit from your parties, but you've got to go get the parties for us to be able to help you do that. So you just heard Tanja say at the beginning of the call that she has, was it 15 bookings, Tanja? Tanja has 15 bookings for October. Do not tell me that you can't go out there and find people that want to have parties. Tanja found 15 people that are going to have a party this month. Okay, so they're out there. You just got to ask. So let's talk about what it takes to ask. So in making contacts, it just takes contacting enough people. How many of you guys would like to have 78 new shows on your calendar? Anybody? 78 new parties. All right. I'm going to give you a really simple formula that we're going to focus on through this program. And it's what all successful consultants in our company do. And it's called 3, 2, 1. Okay? 3 contacts a day, 2 or more parties a week, and 1 or more new recruit added to your team each month. So when we talk about 2 parties a week, typically 2 parties a week based on the numbers to get everything that you want is 2 cooking shows a week. So if you're doing solely virtual parties, you want to up that to 3 to 4 parties a week to get the same results that you would for 2 cooking parties a week. So Tanja is right on track with those 15 bookings. She is going to have just as good a month or better as someone that went out and did 2 cooking shows each week this month, okay? So what will happen if you were to make 3 contacts a day to build your calendar and get it there? And what do we mean by a contact? Remember, it's a 2-way communication between you and the person. So if I go out and I send a message to all of y'all are all my friends, and I send a message to all of y'all today to book parties, but I only heard back from 3 of y'all. Okay, so there's over 25 people on this call. So did I make over 25 contacts or did I make 3 contacts? I made 3, okay? The contact is the 2-way communication. So when you go and send out messages and text message, in that notebook, we want you to write down contacts, people you're actually having a conversation with. So let me give you these numbers. If you were to make 15 contacts a week, now don't worry, this is going to get easier as you go because as you get your calendar booked, the contacts are going to be within your party, okay? But when you're first starting out, they're not always going to be within your party. So if you're making 15 contacts a week for the rest, for all of the year, that would put you contacting 780 new contacts this year. Let's just say 1 out of 10 book a party. And the better you get at what you do, the better your ratio will be. But typically 1 in 10 are going to book a party. That adds 78 new parties to your calendar just for making 15 contacts a day, 15 contacts a week, 3 contacts a day, 5 days a week. Now, if 3 is good, 5 is better. So if you want to build this faster, you just make more contacts. But with those 15 contacts a week, holding 78 shows for the month, for the year, at a $500 show average, which is well below our company average. Our company average is about $691, $700 right now, okay? So at a $500 show average, that would be $39,000 in sales, 39,000 incentive trip points, over $10,000 in commission, plus the bookings from all those 78 parties you did. You will never run out of business if you consistently make those 15 contacts. Another thing we want you to focus on when you're making your 15 contacts is you want 50% of those contacts to be new contacts, okay? So, you know, some people we don't want you to contact the same people all the time, but some people you're going to be circling back to because they ask you to. But when we say new contacts, as you start building your show schedule, you'll be making contacts within your party, and those will be new contacts that you haven't contacted before. But if all your contacts are not new contacts, you're not breaking out of your circle. And if you feel like you're going back to the same people all the time, it's because you are going back to the same people all the time. So we want you to focus on that 50% new. So your assignment this week is going to be to make at least 15 contacts. Strive for 20, but 15 contacts this week. That's only 3 contacts a day, 5 days a week, whatever 5 days you choose. So let's say you're here today and you're really working on those 8 bookings for October, but you just don't have them. You just say you've been working, you've been making the contacts, but you just don't have your business where you want it to be. Well, Amanda is going to share with us tonight how to go from zero to hero, from zero shows on your calendar to where do you want to be. And she's going to share with you about bookings both outside of your parties and bookings from your parties.
Okay. You want to show them that slide? Did you find the slide of the fishing?
It might just take me just a second, but I found it. Yep. So you go ahead and talk. I'll do it up.
So I want you to think about going fishing. When you go fishing, you get your fishing gear up and you get your net, right? And you get in a boat and you go out into the ocean and you throw your net out. Well, the first time you throw your net out, you don't catch anything. Do you stay in that spot or do you move to another spot? You're going to move to another spot. You're going to throw that net out and you might get 2 or 3 fish when you bring it in. You're like, well, this isn't enough. I need to go back. So you troll along and you notice that, oh, this looks like a great place. Let me throw my net out. You throw your net out and you get maybe 5 or 6 more fish. Well, booking parties is the same exact way, okay? We can't stay in the same area that we always stay in. We are always having to constantly change where we're getting our bookings from, okay? So you heard me talk about one way you can do it is through the guinea pig post. If you haven't sent that guinea pig post, I want you to send it. We'll post that verbiage into the group. I only suggest you change it up a little because it's been used so much. I wanted you to make it yours. But I challenge you to send that to 25 people and strategically think about those 25 people. If you've already contacted those people, you don't want to contact them again, okay? If you send it out and they haven't responded, maybe they didn't see it. So you'll want to go back and just be like, hey, so-and-so, I know it's busy. Just wanted to touch base with you again. I didn't know if you knew that I was a Pampered Chef consultant. Just want to see what you thought about maybe hosting a party. It's at Christmas time. You can get some free Christmas gifts for your family. I would love to help you out. It's all virtual, okay? You can do that. There's also the red dot. If you know about the red dot. Is it red dot or green dot?
Green dot.
It's the green dot. Yeah. So like on Facebook, when you're pulled up and you can see all of your friends, the green dot flashes. That means they're online. So you could message them and let them know that you're a consultant and you're needing some help and wanted to see if they would love to help out, that way. Another way is always having catalogs with you, either the mini catalogs or a full catalog. When you are in the dentist office, pass it out. Give it to your hygienist, give it to your dentist. Leave it, ask them if you can leave it up front. If you have old catalogs, then you can, there's a little saying about, hey, it gives them your information and has them call you to let you know that you could mail them one of the new catalogs. So you could leave that out. You could ask the doctor's office, hey, do you mind if I leave this out here? Most of the time they're going to tell you no, they don't mind. But just make sure it's okay. But having that with you. Always having in the grocery store, you want to be talking to people in the grocery store. They see it. Wear your PC gear. If you have anything with Pampered Chef on it, make sure you wear it. Because a lot of times people will be in the grocery aisle and be like, oh, you sell Pampered Chef? And you're like, yeah, I sell Pampered Chef. And you have that catalog with you. It's like, yeah, I have a catalog here. I would love it with you. Have business cards. Always have that with you as well. And events. We're in a busy time right now. We're in fall. So fall and spring, there's always some kind of county fair going on or some kind of festivals, church bazaars, whatever. Those are great ways to make contacts, okay? I advise you to watch the cost of them because you don't want to sign up if they're really expensive. I say $50 or less. $50 if it's a multiple day one. If it's a single day, I wouldn't do more than $25 because you're not going to sell most of the time from those events. You're going to get contact information. So when you go to your events, set up your products on a table, display it, You want to stand out in front so you're making contact with people. Do a raffle. Have them fill out, make a raffle slip up with their name, their email, and their phone number. So after the event, you can call up and just say, hey, I just want to, I met you at the Peanut Festival. I just wanted to follow up with you to see if you had any questions. Tell them about the host special that month and let them know that you would love to have a part, let them host a party for you. But that's an easy way to make contacts as well. Okay. Bridal expos. Those can be a little bit expensive, but it also gets you out there for bookings and bridal showers. Okay. So you really definitely want to do those. That's a good way to make contacts. We also have some really great fundraisers going on right now with Pampered Chef. You can host your own fundraiser. Okay. The American Cancer Society is a great one right now in the month of October because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and all the pink stuff's out. Go ahead and host your own party with that because a lot of people will see it and they'll do it because it's going to the American Cancer Society. Also, Feeding America is another one that we can do right now. That's a great one. I'll be honest, I'm doing one for my birthday. My birthday's next week, and I'm having a birthday bash. But my birthday bash is going to be Feeding for America. I'm talking about pretty much the amount of people in America that do not have food, okay? It's unreal how many people really do not eat. And we're coming into Thanksgiving and we're coming into Christmas, and the food banks are very busy at the time. So I was like, hey, I'll just do a birthday bash for me and I'll do it for Feeding America. And what I make off of it, I'm going to give back to them. I'm not going to make any profit off of this one. I'll give it to them. But because when you do a fundraiser, for each party that's booked off that fundraiser, they get $3 back to it. So if you have a friend that just say somebody that has cancer or has been a house fire, you can host a fundraiser for them, but they're going to the check has to be cut out to an organization. So you could talk to their church and be like, hey, I want to do a fundraiser for so-and-so, but do you mind if the check comes to you? Okay, you can do it that way. Because Pampered Chef gives 15% of the profit to the organization you want to do it to. Okay. Also, another one that's going to end this month is the Classroom. Forget what it's called, but it's where you do a fundraiser for a school, and Pampered Chef is going to give them a kit of cookware to be able to teach kids how to cook. Because I don't know if you know, but in today's society, there's really not much of that going on. It's very easy to pull through a drive-through, and kids don't know how to cook now. So they're wanting to get that into the classrooms, and that's a good one to do. So it's fundraisers, okay? Those are just some really different ways that you can make contacts that's just not on there. I am going to tell you that putting a post on Facebook about hosting a party is not really going to do anything, okay? Your friends aren't going to come out and just be like, oh, yeah, I'll host a party for you, unless they're really looking to have Pampered Chef. You're going to have to make it personal, and you're going to have to really touch base with them, okay? Because just seeing that post, a lot of people see it and move on about their business. So you're going to have to text them, email them, call them, or Facebook message them and make it personal to get that contact, okay? So, yes. And that's one way to do it outside of the party. I want you to focus on a pond. Your party is your pond you're going fishing in. Okay, we've made the contacts outside of a party. Now we want to focus on getting the bookings from your parties.
Hey,
okay?
Amanda. Okay, because my computer's being really stupid, so I can't get it to do the pictures real big. But anyway,
No.
So here's my little picture of the little guy going fishing with a little net. But what do you need to get your bookings, Amanda? Hold on, I got this. See, there he was with the little net. What do you need to get your bookings? You need a big net. All right. And then
A
hold on,
big
I
net.
got one.
Yeah, you need a big net to go out to get your booking.
Okay, here you go. Here's your little pond picture.
Yeah, so here's our pond. You know, our pond, we don't have to have as big as net in our pond, but you want to get, I tell my team to get 3 bookings from each party. And how do you do that? Okay, when I set up my parties and I'll start host coaching my post, I let them know up front that when they get 3 bookings from me, I will give them a gift. And that gift, is $25. But they don't get the $25 at that party. They have to wait for all 3 parties to be held and to qualify. If they don't qualify, they don't get the $25, okay? So that's an easy way to do it. So what I do is, let me read what I tell them. So I tell them right up front, the very first day when I tell them, hey, I've set your parties up, I'm going through everything, and then I say, also, we want 3 friends to book their own parties, and when they do, you will earn a gift from me. How does $25 off off that third party when it qualifies at $200 sound? So start talking to them now. Let them know to start talking to their friends. And the reason why I tell my host to do it is they know their friends which like the party. They know which ones like Pampered Chef. So they're going to really do it. Matter of fact, I have a host that just got me 5 parties this week because I told her that. And they're going to get them. They're going to message their friends and they're going to get that done. And so that's what we do. Also, if you don't want to do the $25, another great way that you can do it is you can use what Pampered Chef offers. So you can tell them to get your 3 bookings and you'll give them a gift. Give them the butter thing with the corn. Get them something that's, just tell them you're getting a gift. It don't have to be like the snack bar maker. It can be something inexpensive, $12 or whatever, but just add that to them on their order that they'll have it when they do it. And then you can say, hey girl, let me tell you something. When Love has her party that was booked off of you, I'm going to give you a half off item. And they're like, what? Really? You're going to pay half off of one of my items? And I'm like, yeah, anything you want out of that catalog. If you want the set of pots and pans, half off. Well, guess what? They don't realize Pampered Chef is giving the half off. They think you're doing it, okay? So that's another easy way to get your 3 bookings, but always get no less than 2 bookings, but I tell you to get 3 bookings from every party, okay? If you do that and you have 8 parties on your calendar and you get 3 from that, that's 24 bookings a month, okay? How many of you could do that every month? So that's how you do it. I started off at the beginning having 2 months full, and then I've kept on. I mean, every month. I don't miss a beat. But to do as director, you have to have those bookings. So those are great ways. I will post the verbiage that I tell everybody in the group, and even the verbiage that you can talk about being the half off, because a lot of times as we get excited and we kind of need help with that, so we want to make sure you have the right verbiage to tell these hosts to get the bookings for y'all. Okay, guys? Anything else, love?
So when Amanda's talking about getting those, the casting that wide net everywhere to be able to get your bookings outside of your party, but then when you're fishing in your own pond to get the bookings, really working those parties to secure 3, of that goal of your host getting 3 bookings from every party. Because I want you to kind of think about when you go to submit that party in Pampered Chef, I want you to kind of think about that the submit button doesn't work unless you have 2 bookings in the party. Now, that's not exactly true, but I want you to think about it like that, because I want you to get in the habit of not letting yourself close and submit a party without having 2 bookings assigned to it. And let me show you the importance of that. So I'm on screen share, and I will post this image, but I want you to be able to see it as I talk you through it. I'll post this image in our group when we get done. But I want you to look over here on your left hand, on the left-hand side where it says 2 bookings from every party. Let's look at what happens. So let's say you start out month 1 and you have 6 parties dated, and 2 of those cancel. Well, and maybe they just reschedule, move to another month. Just life happens, and sometimes things have to move around. Now, this was built off of a cooking show schedule, so you can just multiply this for virtual parties, or add a little bit to it for virtual parties. But let's just say you have 6 parties dated, 2 move around, you have 4 parties that hold. So if you're booking 2 parties for every party, that ends up being 8 new parties, right? So month 2, you have your 8 new parties. Well, 20% of our business has to reschedule, and you know the doctor's office overbooks, the dentist office overbooks, the airlines overbook. It's a smart business decision to overbook. So we have 8 parties, 2 move around, so we end up holding 6 parties in month 2. Book 2 bookings per party, that gives you 12 new parties on your calendar. So moving into month 3, you've got 12 new parties, 2 move around, you hold 10 parties. 10 parties held, 2 bookings per party gives you 20 new parties. Who can get excited about 20 new parties on your calendar? So month 4, and granted, you don't have to do all 20 of those parties in the same month, and they're not always going to book for the same month, but just using this concept to see that visual of what happens. So 20 parties dated in month 4. Well, with a 20% cancellation, you're going to have a few more move around. So let's just say you lost 4 of those parties that month, but you held 16 parties. 16 parties held, 2 bookings per party. You have now landed 32 new bookings for your calendar, and whatever months you want to put them in. You don't have to do 32 parties the following month. I can tell you that Steve, a friend of ours that has only been in Pampered Chef for 2 years and is an executive director, the same level I am. Well, would you like to know how he got there so fast? He makes more money than I do because he holds a lot more parties than I do. He does 7 parties a week. He holds 30 parties a month. So you can put them all in the same month if you want all 32 in the same month. So you get to decide how, and he works another full-time job. He does 7 virtual parties a week. He runs a team the size of ours, and he works a full-time job. So you can do however many parties you want to do. And he is making a killing with his 7 parties a month. I can tell you, I think he sold $12,000 last month. So let's look over here to the right and look at what happens if you're not booking 2 bookings per party. Well, say you're booking 1 booking per party. Well, that's pretty good, right? Well, let's look at what happens. In month 1, you have 6 parties, 2 rescheduled, you hold 4. So if you book 1 per party, you end up with 4 new bookings going into month 2. 4 parties, 2 move around, so you end up holding 2. You book 1 booking per party, you have 2 new bookings going into month 3. 2 move around, and by month 4, you are out of business. And here is where consultants run out of business. And not everybody has the willpower to restart and do what it takes to build their show calendar again. And this is where you don't want to get. Not that you can't come back from there, but look at how much easier it would be and the completely different results that you get if you focus on 2 bookings per party. So seeing this visual, does that give you the incentive to want to make sure you have 2 bookings assigned to every single party before you press submit? I know it does me. So we're going to work in this class. Every single call, we are going to give you a tip or something that you can take and use to get bookings. So tonight, not only did Amanda give you a huge amount of ideas to work on bookings and contacts outside the party, she also gave you a ton of ideas for she also gave you ideas for specific ways to work with your host to get bookings inside your parties. So if you have 3 parties on your calendar this week and you shoot to get 3 bookings from those 3 parties, you could have up to 9 new bookings on your calendar. That is huge. So Amanda will post those words. We really want you to focus on working those parties to get those bookings from those parties. We have a couple things that we want to share with you and wrap up, but is there any questions for Amanda on anything she shared about the bookings ideas she was sharing? Yes, Tanya.
Love.
Yes.
When I do a party and stuff, and on my bookings, I start writing people's names down since it's in groups. That's real active, and like I write their whose party it is, then I start writing the names down because sometimes it can get, a lot of people in there. That helps me. Then I go back and I start messaging those people.
Tanja, great minds think alike there, girlfriend.
Yeah.
So this is my little sheet where I write down everybody's name that's in the party that's active so I can really focus. Tanja calls it visiting with them.
I do. I visit with them.
Building that relationship with them and reaching out and talking to them.
But friending people. Friend them.
So Tanja, elaborate on that a little bit more. Okay, so you write down their names and then you tell them how you're reaching out to them and how you're.
I message them on Facebook. And I message each one of them, and, you know, I tell them thanks for coming to so-and-so's party, and I hope you're enjoying it. And then I'll say, how about hosting your own party? And I said, so-and-so will get credit for it. And I said, and you can get discounted and free, you know, Pampered Chef items. What do you say? Will you be willing to do that? And a lot of them do come back and tell me yeah. But I get a lot of no's, too.
But that's all right. You're not focused on the nose. You're focused on finding the people that casting that big net to catch the fish that do want to have.
Right. And I don't wait on that one person to respond. I just keep going down my line and I check them off. And
So
then in the evening or whenever, then they, you know, they start texting me back saying, you know, yes or no, they can't right now, and you know.
So let me tell y'all something about Tanja. Tanja started out not very clear on what a virtual consultant was and said she wasn't really great on the computer. And I share that, Tanja, because there's other people in this call that I think probably feel like that too sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what is so great about Tanja. She might not feel like she's really great on the computer, but Tanja is not afraid to ask people. She asks everybody about hosting a party, and she asks everybody about the business. And because of that passion she has to share this, and that willingness to get out of her own way and make it more about the other people than it is about her. Because if you're not asking people because you don't want to be pushy or afraid to ask, who is that about? That's all about you and not about them. And Tanja has gotten out of her own way and is so willing to share with everyone that this lady added 6 personal team recruits to her team last month. Now, Tanja hasn't been in this business very long. She added she signed up in February. She personally recruited 6 people. You already heard her tell you that she has 15 bookings for October. She's teaching her team to do the same thing. Her team added 15 people between she and Beth and her team members and Beth's team members. They added 15 people to their team in 1 month. That team sold over $17,000 between Tanja's team and Beth's team. And this was a team that didn't even exist in beginning of February of this year. So you guys all have the power to do that. And it just takes getting out of our own way and going out there and making those contacts and asking enough people. And that's why Tanja is so successful, because she just does it. She doesn't let anything, she doesn't let excuses or anything else get in her way. She just does it. Is that pretty accurate, Tanja?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah, you've got to get out of your own biggest problem.
She does it. So, and another thing, this book that you got, this part of your homework, this book that you're going to start reading this week. So your assignment is to read the first 2 chapters of this book. And it's only 31 pages, okay? It's not that big of a homework assignment, okay? And the first chapter is If I Only Had remember this is the Wizard of Oz, and you can't go the way you came. If you were to read 10 pages a night, you would have this read in 3 nights. So you have all the way until next Thursday night to have gone through the first 2 chapters of this. So your homework this week, and I want to wrap up with showing you a real quick video, because there's no way for me to share this video with you guys on the page. It's on Consultants Quarter, but it's really, really short. So let me screen share. Had all my little tabs open here. Get to the tab. Okay, and some of you might have already seen this. It's very short, but I want you to be able to see it, and I can't share it. So here we go. So I didn't have a way to share that, and I thought that was really powerful. So have you guys seen that we can earn new products this month? Y'all seen that? All right. So I just want to clarify so that you know, and also to get you in that leadership role that you're aspiring to be, so that you can educate your teams. This incentive is a little different than what Pampered Chef has been running. So I want to make sure that everyone's clear on this. To earn the metal straws, you have to hold and submit $500 in sales October 1st through the 15th. So what does that mean? That means that September parties that didn't close, that you are closing this week with a September show date, do not count towards that incentive. Okay, so just want to be clear so everyone knows. This is $500 in new October sales. Now, if you started a party in September, but it is an October party and it's dated for October, that is an October party just because it started running on Facebook the end of September. Like I know Amanda, you had 2 parties that started September 28th on Facebook. I don't know what date you have for that in Pampered Chef, but that's what it matters is the date and the consultant special and the host special that is running in that party. That's what clarifies if that's an October or September party, whatever you set as the show date, okay, as the start date. So make sure your team members are aware of that and they understand that so this is a good excuse to reach out to your team members tomorrow and make sure they know that that is new October parties. Then when you go on to sell $750 in the month, and all sales count for the $750, you're earning 2 new products that we don't even know what are for the New Year launch. Also, the plastic straws are going to be, scratch that, the metal straws are going to be for sale October 15th to our customers. So you want to get them so that you can promote them. Well, think about this. If you have 3 team members and you and all 3 of your team members earn these straws, do you realize that your team would already have $2,000 in sales in by October 15th? If you have 2 team members and you and your 2 team members earn these straws, you would already have $1,500 in sales in by the 15th. Do you know how big that is towards that director goal this month? Use this, and we want to teach you to use these Pampered Chef promotions to grow your business. That's what they're there for. That's why they put them out there. So use this promotion to get in touch with your team members tomorrow and get them focused on getting up $500 in sales from current parties they have running. They can book their own party. They can go run their own virtual party this week, or reach out and get 2 bookings this week to be able to earn that. $500 in sales is not difficult to get. So any questions on that promotion? Use that to get your team members on board. So homework this week, and I'll post it in the group. Read the first 2 chapters, watch Stacy Turner's video of positive affirmations and write your positive affirmations. Make 15 contacts or more this week, and by Wednesday of next week, you want to send a picture, snap a picture of your contacts. The reason you have 2 notebooks is you're keeping your booking contacts in one notebook. And then as we really start hitting recruiting, we're going to have you keep a recruiting rolling contact list in the other one, because you're going to start talking to people that you remember right now they're interested, but sometimes now is not the right time. And by January, you're not going to remember those people you're working with. So we want to get you in the habit of keeping a list of everyone you've ever talked to about the business, because those people will come back after time and it might be a better time. So we want you to have a way to keep track of that. So send your director a picture on Wednesday of the contacts that you've made so far this week. So you can just total at the bottom how many live contacts you've made already and equals how many bookings you've booked. Because this is not anything to call you out or anything. It's to help you so we can see, are you making the contacts and not getting the bookings, or are you not making enough contacts, or are you not hearing back, so we can start helping you get results. And if we don't know exactly what you're doing, we don't know how to help you get results. Work on booking those 8 parties on your calendar and post your positive affirmations this week in the group. Any questions? We want you to go make it a great week. I will be representing our team at Executive Seminar this coming week. So I will have the opportunity to be with the top 70 leaders in the company and our CEO, Tracy Britt Cool, and our sales managers at home office. We do our Executive Seminar at home office. So I will be representing all of you guys there. So I will actually be in the air flying back late that night when this call is taking place next week. So the next call is same time on Thursday, and Jennifer Henderson will be leading us on the next call, and Amanda will be out of town for her birthday. So we were glad we got to share with you guys tonight and see all of your smiling faces. And I can't tell y'all how much I have enjoyed seeing your vision boards and seeing how excited you are to get started with this. So we are super excited to partner with you to make October the most amazing month you have ever had in your Pampered Chef business. Are y'all ready? All right, y'all go make it a great week, and we can't wait to be back here next week. Bye, y'all.